Hi there, welcome to Tarot Down Under. I'm going to provide a tarot reading for a general audience. If the video and message resonates with you, please take away what you can and disregard anything that doesn't sound to be suitable for your situation. If you like the video, please leave a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Hello to existing subscribers and welcome to everyone else. I'd like to begin with this traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck. I'm going to pull energy from each of the three tarot decks and then provide some guidance as to what messages come out from these three tarot decks. The World's coming out, followed by the Three of Pentacles and the Strength card. So the World card, as you can see, is there's a lot going on. I guess it's the end of a cycle, so it's the last of the major arcana. So it does speak of endings, endings of a chapter or phase or something that's been going on in your life. Followed by the Three of Pentacles and the Strength card. So whether you've been working with others or need to start working with others, strength has been required. So you've been strong through some dealings with other people, I feel, which are kind of progressing into this new cycle as well. So, you know, when a cycle ends, certain parts of your life may change, but other parts may very well stay the same. They may change or adapt or evolve, but you know, certain things may need to continue. I guess when we finish certain chapters or events or jobs or studies or pursuits in our life, we think that, you know, I guess we expect change, and there obviously is change and new beginnings, but a lot of the time the past is still very much relevant in our future. And if there's been people that you've been working with, I feel that you need to keep persevering with some of these people. You know, I guess starting new chapters can be a nice way to, I guess, refresh energy and people and relationships in your life. But sometimes we need to work with relationships that may not be the easiest to deal with or work with, for our own good as well as others. So, you know, the Strength card is coming out, so that suggested you've been strong in this way. You are doing what's required, and the Five of Swords is following these three energies. So it does feel like you've been through some conflict or disagreements with someone in the past, or a couple of people, a group of people, and you'd like probably to walk away from this situation, seeing that it hasn't really worked out in anyone's favor. But I feel like that you may need to persevere, whether it be getting closure with these relationships or, you know, finding new ways of working with the same people. So let's see what else comes out. Can we get some clarification around this World card, Spirit? Can we get some further clarity on this cycle that's ended for the viewers? Okay, so coming out, we have the Hierophant in reverse. That's I feel like it wanted to come back around. So maybe you've been working with someone in an official capacity or looking for a serious commitment with the Three of Swords, which is following here, which does speak of heartache, I guess romantic relationships, or it can be family and friends, someone that's hurt you, or some kind of official business which hasn't gone the way you may have wanted it to go. I feel like there's still hope here in this situation. If you have gone through or are going through a difficult time with someone, you may need to kind of learn from this situation and kind of either move on with this person or move on with the lesson that's there to be learnt. Nine of Wands does get towards that kind of finished phase of the wands, minor arcanas. I guess you've been battling with some things. You are working, I feel, towards harmonious relations and situations that just haven't come through for you yet. I'll try and keep... So Justice is coming out. I feel that you've been doing a lot of hard work, a lot of grinding, trying to get somewhere in life with people, with yourself. And these ideal situations that you're working for haven't come around. But the Justice card coming out here does speak of balance in terms of justice. So you've been putting in hard work and doing the right thing by people, and you may not have seen any rewards from that or the outcomes that you'd expect from doing the right thing, but Justice does suggest that whatever you've been doing, whatever hard work and work in relationships that you've been putting in, it's gonna come back around to you. So I think give yourself a bit of a break at this point in time. I think you've been through a lot and you do need to take a bit of time for self-care and focus on yourself more so than other pursuits and other people. Do some healing if it's required. I feel that you've been through a lot and you really do need to just take some time for yourself, whether that's to develop yourself or just give yourself a rest. I think first and foremost would be a rest. So try and enjoy the things you enjoy. Treat yourself if you're in the situation where you can kind of give yourself a bit of the luxury or things that, help you get to a good place, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So just a bit of self-care at this stage. Any work that you've been doing in terms of relationships or pursuits just needs to settle and then kind of come back to you in terms of outcome and where to go. Wheel of Fortune is coming out, so that does suggest that things are going to start turning in your favor. But at this stage, you're just going to have to be patient, do that self-love, make sure you're kind of doing what you need to do for yourself. I think that's something I can't stress enough in this reading at this stage. A focus on yourself, and really a committed focus on self. I think that's something that you should just really take away from this reading and run with. King of Swords is coming out. You're either dealing with someone in quite a strong kind of uncompromising male energy, or that's yourself, whether you're male or female. The masculine energy doesn't refer to either male or female, it just refers to someone in a masculine energy, and they're someone who is not easily swayed. So whether it's you or someone you're dealing with, I think time just needs to be given for clarity to come out of a situation. So this King of Swords, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with, they just need some time and space, whether it's you or them. Take it as it comes across, but time needs to be kind of given for a masculine energy, whether that's yourself or someone you're dealing with. The Emperor's coming out. And so this is suggesting, I feel like that there's two very strong masculine energies going on at the moment, and some softening needs to take place. When we have an imbalance of masculine or feminine energy, it just requires working towards a balance, i.e. that is, that feminine, masculine, yin yang kind of balance to find harmony and progress. If we're too much either in the masculine or feminine energy, we're going to be susceptible to blockages moving forward or developing in a positive way. So someone may need to soften in this relationship, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. It could be yourself. I feel like I am speaking to someone who does have a feminine side deep down, but likes to keep it hidden. So if that resonates with you, just kind of soften that kind of tough exterior that, does probably serve you well. But at this point in time, I think it's a good time to just receive. So sit back and allow things that you've been working at to come in, instead of proactively pursuing what you need and what you want in life. Sometimes you just have to pause and allow things to come into you, rather than chasing things on a kind of consistent basis. So that could be something that you have a problem with. That is like just a control, I feel. Wanting to have outcomes play out the way that you want them to, perhaps a bit of a controlling energy. And that can come out of fear. So if you are kind of at a place where you're feeling like you need to stay in control, and there might be life demands that expect you to have control over many things in your life, but just try and balance that out. If you are required to carry a lot of responsibility, try and minimize or kind of take on that responsibility with as little kind of effort as possible. So whether that's, readjusting your perspective in terms of how you consider and place what kind of importance you place on the responsibilities. So just kind of, take some time for yourself and realize that you're important, and the responsibilities that you kind of have in your life are maybe not as important as the emphasis you're putting on them. And that, letting go can allow things to come in and things to flow more naturally and more easily, flow in a better way with less effort and energy. So, look, I think that's kind of clearly the case in this reading, that, and it could be the person you're dealing with. They could be somewhat controlling and they need to kind of take this advice. But if you can't push this advice onto them, perhaps just give them space to realize what they're doing, in terms of chasing for an outcome but not actually getting anywhere because they're just doing too much. And if it's yourself, just try and take that advice, take a step back from your responsibilities and just try and take them with as little effort as possible, and reduce them where you can, and minimize the importance that you place on them where you can. And that's going to allow a lot of things in your life to start to progress in a positive direction without that resistance, without that energy, that kind of tired, cumbersome type of circumstance that you may find yourself in when trying to maintain control of, many aspects in your life. The stars coming out, so that is the answer, I feel. Whoever it is needs to reduce control, whether it's you or the person you're dealing with. Just try and assist them. I think, and if it's yourself, do these things that we're considering at the moment. Focus on yourself and these, I guess, issues of control. Try and balance your work towards reducing this issue of control and the self-care I would take a balanced approach to both of these suggestions from this reading, and success is going to come in. So I think that you are someone who carries a lot of responsibility, and that has to. So I think you can reduce that to some extent, but maintain it, because I think it's important to you, who you are, and you know what you're all about, and your position in life. But balance that with self-care, which will, I think, allow you to approach the responsibilities in your life with a better kind of energy, and do so in an easier way. And that's going to bring in a lot of success for you. I think you have a lot of success on the horizon, and you've been working hard and putting a lot of good things in place to achieve a very successful outcome. So do those two things. There's two cups there you can see in this card here of the star, and they're both to do with emotion. That is water, the water element. Both are being poured out. I think if you pour emotion and effort into yourself, and emotion and effort into your pursuits and responsibility, like I just suggested, you're going to have this kind of, you know, ideal outcome for yourself. I'm going to move on to another deck just to kind of keep this reading flowing. I feel a lot has come out at this stage, and quite a bit to kind of take in, there's a lot here to digest. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, I think the message is quite clear for you at this stage. I think you know, you've got a lot of good things happening in your life. A few kind of, I guess, new approaches to certain things, and you're going to be in a really good place very shortly. Can we get some further energy and direction around this reading, Spirit? Page of Wands. Page of Wands speaks of, you know, passionate new beginnings. So perhaps this advice and this idea about balance in your life could really get you going. It could really open up some energy pathways that have been blocked due to you working so hard, you know, at those goals. And I think once you start to take a bit more of a relaxed approach to your pursuits and goals, things are going to start happening really rapidly, you know, and you're going to start really enjoying your life more so than you have been. It's, you know, everything's going to start to seem easier and better. Six of Swords. Yeah, I feel like Six of Swords speaks of, you know, moving into calmer waters from rough waters. So, you know, you've probably been through some stuff emotionally where you've struggled, and, you know, you've kind of almost lost the ability to keep pushing on, because it's just like, well, is it better to just give up and, you know, and start again, rather than persevering with you know, situations that just don't seem to be working. What this reading's suggesting is that you should persevere with yourself, and I guess if others start working with your new self, your new and improved version of yourself, then great. You know, that's the answer. You know, if you're thinking, oh, should I keep at this job? Should I keep at this relationship? Keep it yourself. When you keep it yourself, it's going to become a lot clearer, the answer as to whether to keep working at that pursuit, that job, that relationship, this, you know, way of life. Queen of Cups, you know, a very, very powerful emotional energy. So I think you're going to be stepping into a way of being which can, you know, be more filled with love and emotional kind of vulnerability, and that's gonna put you in a place where you can reflect on some things, do some self-work, some inner work, some healing, and you're gonna have a really great outcome. So, a little bit of work on self is required at this stage. I think you've been working hard at career and, all those responsibilities you have, family commitments and friendships and whatever else, a relationship by the look of it, amongst all of these things. But, it's time to take some self-care and, take an emotional aspect to, don't carry all this responsibility all the time. Allow it to kind of be shared amongst these people you're dealing with. We've got the Seven of Pentacles coming out. So yeah, that speaks of a break. So just kind of pausing in your material pursuits, your work, your studies, all your responsibilities, and ending. So, I think there could be very well an ending that needs to happen, whether that's with a job, a career, a relationship, or even a way of being yourself. An ending in terms of the person you've been. It's going to differ for everyone. So take it as it kind of comes across for your situation. Lovers speaks of lovers. Lovers speaks of, romantic relationships, two people finding a spark. So whether it's a newfound spark with the person you're dealing with, or a new person coming in, if you make this big change in yourself and the people around you have changes that they need to make and aren't making them, then, it's going to be a matter of you moving on to new beginnings. I think you're going to really find a great deal of success in this feminine energy of just letting go of things and allowing things to come in rather than chasing things. I think, it does feel like I'm speaking to a really strong feminine energy. So you could be a female, you could be a male also, but there is a very strong feminine energy that's deep within this stronger kind of, I guess, outer layer of kind of strength and masculine kind of mask, if you like. So I think you're going to be really happy in this softer kind of energy. So, be easy on yourself and allow things to come to you rather than chasing them. There's going to be some really kind of great new starts. There's a lot of new energy coming in. Page of Wands speaks of kind of new beginnings and early endeavors, and Page of Pentacles here also is indicating that there's going to be a new start in some kind of pursuit, maybe a new job or a new residence, something new, something significantly new, and the world again, towards an end of the cycle. A lot of good things coming in from the cycle that's ended, a lot of balance and a lot of fruitful kind of offerings, a lot of new things and relationships, and just a lot of kind of abundance coming in different forms, self-discovery, material things, an emotional connection with yourself, and success, success in who you are as a person, and whatever that means for you, whatever's important to you, you're going to start having success in once you start really connecting with that inner self. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the last deck because this reading is kind of going on longer than my usual readings, and I just feel like I want to go with it though, because it's feeling good. Like, I think there's a lot of good things coming in for you. The Hermit, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Yeah, look, a lot of good new beginnings. The Hermit speaks of going within, so doing that inner work, that self-love, that introspection. So do that. Ace of Cups, new emotional beginnings, whether that be with relationships or even that connection with yourself, but lots of new positive emotions coming through for you. Three of Cups, being in a position to share that burden, share your responsibility, share your thoughts, share your feelings, a lot of wonderful energy coming through here for you. jumping out, we have Five of Wands, sorry, in reverse. So I think you've done a lot of work on lots of things. You know, you're really prepared for some great new beginnings. You know, you've been through quite a lot. I feel in the not so distant past, you're ready for some really good things to come in. It's only a matter of time. You know, we can only go through rough waters for so long before we kind of come across smoother waters and smoother conditions for, you know, happy living and sailing, you know, just smooth sailing. Ace of Wands, that new beginning. You know, you're going to find a lot more invigoration and passion and energy from just everything, just with this new attitude and this new kind of, this new cycle, you know. Sometimes we just have to go through certain times in our life to get to new periods where things change, you know, things that are out of our control. We have free will, but we are exposed to the universe and, you know, who we are, our fate, our situation in life, circumstance, luck, you know. So a lot of new great things on the horizon, an ending of a cycle that's been difficult, and the starting of a new cycle, which is going to be bringing a lot of the stuff you want to see. A lot of the stuff we all want to see. Yeah, look, I think just to wrap up, we've got this Queen of Swords coming out. So I think that's you know, softening. It's going to take some time. You've coming from, I feel there has been a stronger facade that you've put on, and it will take a bit of time. But do that inner work, heal. And, you know, if there is someone in your energy that's holding you back from being that best version of yourself, just be mindful of that. Sometimes we have to deal with negativity in our life, you know, and that darker side of who we are and that darker side of who others are. So, you know, move forward and just allow the problems that may exist to exist without affecting us negatively, and be mindful of what those negative parts of our life are, and then do what we can to mitigate their impacts on us and the people around us. So that's the reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's resonated with some of you. If you'd like to see further readings, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for notifications, and leave a thumbs up. And I look forward to being able to connect with you in the not so distant future. Thank you.